What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the new 3v3 arena in the PTR server. Not only that, we're going to take a look at my first impressions, what I think, what roles will help you improve your win rate, and 3 tips of do's and don'ts that you should do inside the 3v3 arena in order to increase your win rate, and not only that, to be a great teammate. So let's hop into the video and show you what I'm looking at. Alright guys, so we're in the PTR. Now there's a lot of updates to what they're doing with New World. We're not really going to focus on that today. We're going to strictly focus on the PvP side of it for the 3v3 arenas, because that's what I'm super interested in. I know a lot of people are super excited for it. So if we take a look at it, you can always launch it from the modes menu. Currently it's only Outpost Rush on the main server. But they're going to be adding in a 3v3 arena spot that you can just click and launch from anywhere, which I'm a big fan of, because when you're out doing gathering and somebody wants to run a 3v3, you can join a party up and then just click from there and wait about 30 seconds. It seems all it takes for us to find a match. Hopefully it stays like that when it goes to the main server, but it's pretty quick to find a match. I love that you can launch it from anywhere. Not only that, but inside your character traits, there'll be a new tab launch for PvP. When you click on it, it's going to be tracking rewards. They're called tracks completed. So as you level up doing PvP rewards, that's how this works. So that would be faction quests, that will be 3v3, that will be Outpost Rush. You will gain rewards from that, which are called Azov Salts, which I'm sure you guys have already heard of, but I'll give you a quick explanation. So you'll get PvP XP, you'll get Azov Salts, and then you'll get rewards to choose from as you do PvP related items inside New World. So you can see as you level up, you get checkpoints, and you can buy with your Azov Salts these items. So for this one, checkpoint 1, you can do the Lost Potion Pack, which gives you, infused Lost Warden potions, infused Lost Coating, and then infused Health potions. Or you can buy coins, which is 155 coins for 1,800 Azov Salts. And then you also get like a faction token that you can buy also, which gives you 1,300 tokens. Right now, it seems a little bit pricey to me for the Azov Salts for what you're getting. I don't know if that's on purpose or if they're going to be doing something a little bit different later down the road. But as you progress, of course, you can start to see exactly what you have. So like, here's an idea. We're getting a Fire Staff at 596. Nothing crazy, it looks like, but it does give a PvP only perk, which is actually pretty nice, with the Exhausted Exploration. Hits against exhausted players inflict slow, reducing movement speed by 15% for 4 seconds, which this would be great inside of the 3v3 arena, but I could buy it for 4,000 Azov Salts. So some of the rewards are decent. I haven't got through all of them, but we'll kind of I'll kind of track them as I go and as I play more of the PvP. So it's something that's very new. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, just due to the fact that I think it's a little bit overpriced in my opinion. For how many matches I've played, I have 4,000 Azov Salts, and I could literally buy a Fire Staff that's technically not nearly as good as what I have currently. But we'll see as time goes on. It is only checkpoint 2, and there's a lot of them. They have this tier system. As you complete tracks, you will then be able to level up. So right now I've completed 20 tracks. I'm in the silver marking, which I got 700 Azov Salts, and as you progress, you can level up. So gold is 50, platinum's 100, star medal's 200, tracks completed, which is pretty nice. These are all looking pretty good. I'm glad that it's a straight tier progression, but I'm just wondering, I haven't played that long and I'm already to silver, let alone what happens when I get the star medal. I wonder what happens after that, because I could see if people are playing PvP for 2 to 3 days straight, and that's all they're doing, they'll get the star medal pretty quickly here. So I wonder what they're going to do about that. I'm excited to kind of see what their thoughts are and how they're going to improve it. I'll be paying attention to the forums. They're taking all feedback on this type of stuff, so it's really good. So those are pretty much the things that are related to the 3v3 mode. I'm going to be running a couple different things today. I'm going to be running fully intelligence, because I've been working on my Void Gauntlet and my Ice Gauntlet here, along with Constitution. What's something that's really nice also inside of 3v3, you do get to use your potions. You get to use potions, and you also get to use food, so you can actually build up, your intelligence, your focus. You want to use food that's going to help increase your constitution. You're able to do that inside of the 3v3 arenas, which is actually really nice, and I actually like it. You might burn through a little health potions a lot, but overall, it's not too bad, so I really like that. I'm definitely going to be running light armor just because I want to be able to roll and dodge and evade faster with the roll. It's phenomenal to get away from attacks. So we're definitely going to want light armor inside there. From what I've noticed and what I've experienced, that could change depending on what you're built as, but how I'm running in there with my blunderbuss and my ice gauntlet, this is what I'm going to run for the time being until I find something that is comparable to this and or more. So let's hop into a game and see what we can do, and I'll walk you guys through my best strategies, what rules I think you guys need, and ways to improve your win rate. Alright guys, so as we load in, you can see the arena, which actually looks very good in my opinion. As for the detail, it's not a super big arena, which is actually really nice. There is this little smoke screen until you start that kind of holds you back. You're not allowed to use any abilities until everybody joins in and everybody's loaded, which is really nice. Now, once you die, you can see over here to the right, up in those two areas, if you do die, you'll be spawned up there, so that way you can watch the match and exactly what is going on as you kind of spectate the entire match. Not only that, but they've added a couple features in there to kind of help the game progress. As you play, there's a timer on the match, and as you enter into the arena, I think at 60 seconds, a ring of fire starts on the outside wall, and it starts to close in to push the battle. It usually doesn't happen too much, but I have seen it happen a couple times, so that's pretty good. Not only that, but the arena, how it's set up is there's two pillars, not a lot of cover, which I really like, so that way there's not really any camping. It's pretty fast-paced game. These usually take about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, so a normal multiplayer match. Sometimes you can get it pretty quick if you end up 3-0ing in it, but overall the build of this actual arena is actually very nice. I like it a lot. There's definitely things that they could do to improve it. I hope they have a couple different maps or different layouts inside the arena in the future, so that you don't get bored of the same one. Maybe a couple with different levels, or a couple different lanes, some that takes a little bit more strategy. This is pretty much built on numbers game. It's 3v3. If you end up going on 2v3, most likely you're going to lose. So that's definitely something to take a look at. I hope that they fix a couple of these things or give us different options in the future. Alright, builds. Now, there's going to be multiple builds that you can run in there, so I'm just going to summarize this by what 3 roles I think we should have inside of the arena. So, number 1, healer. If you have a healer, bring them. I think that is one of the major advantages. Some of the gameplay that we have, there is a major difference of when we have a healer and when we don't have a healer. It is a massive difference. It's a great benefit to have. If you could protect the healer overall, he can make sure that you win more games. This is a numbers game of being, it's 3v3, but if you can get a 2-on-3 odds or a 1-on-3, you're going to improve your chances of winning. And that's a big deal. So, number 1 thing, bring a healer. Definitely got to have that, okay? Next, 2, you want to have a class, which I think would probably be a mage class or something that can slow the enemy down. Hammers do a great job, though it is close quarters. The Ice Gauntlet, I see plenty of people using it. It's an AoE effect, and you can pump out damage along with slowing the enemies so that somebody else can get there with them. This is a massive W when you can actually get more than one person inside your snowstorm or the ice storm, because it does hold them down, it slows them down, allows you to put out DPS, and then if you can get a teammate there with you, you guys can create those 2-on-1 situations where they can't run. People are evading like crazy with dodges, rolls, abilities that cover a lot of ground very quickly, such as like the fireball run or the spinning attack with the rapier. I see that a lot for evasion. So you want to make sure that you're able to slow something down. So I think a caster is really good, where you can implement something that's slowed down. It doesn't always have to be a caster, but it's easier because you can cast those AoE abilities from far away. That's definitely something I believe you need to have. There's many ways that you can build this. as a class or as a team. So that's a really big deal to me, is slowing people down or creating traps. You can use the blunderbuss, the net capture with the blunderbuss. Another great one would be the claw. When you shoot the blunderbuss, you shoot a target, it pulls you right to them. That's going to help you close distance in a lot of areas. So if you can lay down the ice storm and then use the blunderbuss to shoot across and then pump out massive damage, which is another great thing. That's also, along with just the slowdown effect, but AoE effects are definitely a big W. So if you have the bow where you have the rain down of arrows, the ice storm is a great one. The blunderbuss with the grenades, trying to keep them at bay. Fireball is another great one to kind of keep the area control. The more that you can control the arena, the better off you're going to be. So a lot of people like to use the pillars as a safety net, so that this way you can make sure that if you control left side, somebody controls the right side, you can actually kind of pinch the team in, and they got to kind of use their abilities really fast, and then they run out of abilities pretty quickly. That's when you guys can capitalize and take those 2v3 situations pretty quickly. If you have a healer, you can go in there with a little less worry about being hurt, because you do have the healer pumping out damage for you. So that's another great thing. So make sure you have something AoE area from range as a caster, or bow, or the blunderbuss, where you're going to put some distance and control the area. And not only that, but slow enemies down is a big thing for me. Number 3. It's definitely going to have to be DPS. Axe is a great thing. Use the the gravity pull or the gravity well. It sucks all the enemies in, allows them to slow them down while you're closing the gap. Make sure that you have something that can close the distance fast. So with like the axe, you have the rushing attack. With the rapier, you have the spinning move. With the fire staff, you have the fireball. You need to make sure you have something that you can close distance to make sure that you're doing DPS, and close some, capitalize on those slow, AoE areas from your other partner. You can close the gap, do damage, and create, oddball situations where it's 2v1s. It's very important. Not only that, but making sure that you have things that can stun people along with the DPS and where you can get away. The spear is great. If you have the swipe the legs with 3 stab motions, is absolutely a game changer, especially if you have a lot of your attributes in strength. This will definitely help you a lot. And just do the fact that you can pump out a lot of damage pretty quick, and you can evade quickly. Anything that can stop the abilities or stopping people from using abilities is very strong. So make sure you guys have those types of 3 things. So let's recap. 1, definitely want to have a healer. Number 1 thing I think you'll do to improve your win rate. Number 2, make sure you have AoE effect damage, and now that has slow effects, so that way you can create group damage. You can slow people down, and you can capitalize on closing the gap and putting out as much damage as possible to create 2v1 situations. And number 3, have a DPS that can close distance fast, can put damage down quickly, and get out. Spear is great. Leg swipe, 3 stabs. The gravity well with the rush in and the uppercut. The hammer with the shockwave, and then the gavel. 2 great attacks that will stun your enemies, allow you guys to pump out a lot of damage pretty quickly. If you can use these 3 classes, I believe that these 3 roles, I shouldn't say classes, but these 3 roles are vitally important and will increase your win rate overall in 3v3. I've seen a major improvement in their gameplay when we have these 3 roles. If we have all 3 DPS, sometimes the casters get the best of us. They have healers, we don't. They can kill us quicker. Potions don't regen faster. So this, in my opinion, are the 3 roles that you need to have inside the 3v3 to increase your win rate. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you a couple tips of what I've learned so far in doing this. I'm going to give you the 3 don'ts that I'll call them. Number 1 is definitely do not run in thinking you are the strongest guy in the arena. If they start to see numbers, it goes against you. You definitely don't want to be caught 2-on-1 in the arena, because most likely you're going to lose depending on the abilities that you have. So make sure that you don't go rushing in by yourself. Always make sure you're with a partner or with all 3 of you guys. That is definitely a big key to this arena, and actually a good strategy to keep a win. Not only that, but make sure that you understand what your abilities are and exactly how to use them and when to use them. This takes practice, and it takes a little bit of knowledge, but once you get the hang of it, you can usually do a pretty good job and chain some abilities together in order to get the biggest W or in order to knock down your team. And then number 3, make sure that you're not wasting your stamina as best as possible. Spamming stamina to get away is not the best way to do it. Definitely a mistake I made a lot in the arena and things that I've noticed. Not only that, but blocking. Make sure that you guys are blocking. That is something I have not utilized in the game enough. And in PvP, it is definitely more noticeable when I don't block, and I definitely make sure we need to block. This round we actually lose due to the fact that I kind of left my teammates, pretty much 2-on-1, because we do have a healer, which is a blessing but a curse. But if one of the DPS go down, it definitely leaves you at a disadvantage. So definitely make sure you do that. A couple things to help you increase your win rate. Definitely bring a healer. If you have a healer, it gives you a major boost in confidence, and it makes sure that you guys are able to actually win some games. The more he heals, the better off we are. You can see that our healer is actually doing a pretty good job. He gives us Fortify right off the beginning. I kind of trap him on the inside of the pillar, and I lay my ice block on the other side to make sure we control the arena. This guy pops out. Our guy with the axe, of course, starts going haywire. You can see I'm kind of taking some damage from poison and a couple other things. My healer, of course, heals me. I do drink a potion just to keep me alive to help him out, just in case his abilities are on cooldown. As we're kind of playing through this, we're trying to just kind of trap him and kind of get us a little bit of a 2-on-1 situation here. We see the archer in the back, which he can't shoot through the pillar, so we're trying to really just trap these guys massively or get a nice advantage. Our healer, of course, is staying back behind both of us, so we take the DPS from the team. As you start to see our guys starting to circle around, we're starting to close in on these guys. I'm trying to freeze them to stop them from moving. I pull out my blunderbuss. Of course, I see this guy coming to the left. I give him a little pop shot to let him know I know he's there. These guys start to push me. My axe guy comes in. He starts to really push me. The healer goes back to making sure that we're fully healed here, making sure that it stays behind us. That's his goal. As we kind of get into this, me and the other DPS guy are kind of staying together and making sure that we're putting enough damage on these guys to make sure he's going. I start to see he's going for our healer. We both turn and focus fire on them, because that's exactly what their goal is to take care of our healer. Of course, our healer is doing pretty good at evading. Not only that, but our other DPS with his axe was pretty quick and can pump out a lot of damage. So anytime we see the healer starting to get attacked, we make sure that we are on top of the healer so that we can create those 2-on-1 or 2-on-3 instances where we actually catch the advantage. As you kind of see here, we got this guy trapped. I'm on one side, he's on the other. He's trying to run from us. Of course, I hold left side. Our axe guy goes against the left side and starts attacking him. I try to slow him down with a little bit of ice. As he starts to go to heal and try to stay alive, you can see the ring of fire is closing in. He runs out of time, we win the round. So these are strategies that we use in order to kind of walk you through each round. I'll do it again here to kind of show you that we end up winning this round and exactly what we're doing. Again, we definitely want to keep the advantage here. Knowing how to use your abilities, I'll kind of walk you through exactly what we want to do here. So this guy kind of pinches us with the fireball, and the guys with the arrow, so we're kind of stuck right now. Thank God we have a healer, because if not, we'd be burning a little bit. So I love to use the ice shower. When somebody's chasing me, slows them down. Then you have the force field of ice, is what I call it, where it really slows the enemies down, and it does apply damage. The more people you catch in it, of course, the more damage it does. Then I'm sitting here using the blunderbuss with the net to help stun people, so we can get to them quicker. Not only that, but a shotgun shot to kind of do a little bit of burst damage. And then we have kind of like the mortar strike to kind of have area control. It's probably not the best setup for PvP, but it seemed to work for us in this match. It hasn't always worked, but able to kind of control the crowd is awesome. You could kind of see we're focusing on this guy. This is probably the best guy. We took him out right away. As the healer's over here getting worked, we come over and kind of help protect him so he can kind of get away and heal himself. We start to put in DPS. I kind of watch where my guy with the axe is going. I kind of just help him put out DPS. We try to corner and put them in between us so they don't really have much area to run. I freeze the guy real quick because all my abilities are on cooldown. Anything else I'm not going to be able to do, so I use the only ability I have left, which was the Fire Blast, or the Frost Blast, which ended up putting him down, and this puts us in a great position to end up being 3-on-1 with this guy as he kind of scatters around the map to try to get away from us to heal. I try to make sure he knows we're on both sides. As I'm watching my Axe buddy go around the left side, I'm going to go around the right side. We're just going to try to freeze him. He's trying to escape, and we just kind of put it away here with all three of us focus firing. So I hope you guys learned something from this, learning from what strategies to use in the PvP arenas. Of course, you can see I put out 106,000 damage with 5 kills, which is pretty decent for what we're doing. Pretty much thanks to the healer. Look at the healer. He put out 288,000 points of healing. It's just absolutely insane. So he did a really good job. So I would definitely recommend bringing a healer inside with you. And especially if you have 2 DPS that knows what they're doing, you can actually get a lot of advantages with that. Because 1, you don't have to worry about health so much, and 2, you use less potions, and they can't revive or heal as fast as your guy possibly can. So it's really nice to actually have that in there. I'll be playing as a healer on my main. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. Not only that, but I hope you guys have a good day, and please make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It will help the channel out tremendously. I hope you got something of value. I hope you guys are looking forward to going in the future. Have a good day.